Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of In Flint. I am your host, Melissa Mays. I am operations manager at Flint Rising and founder of What Are You Fighting For here in Flint, Michigan. I'm also a Flint resident, mother, social worker, and all around hilarious person to be around. This is a special edition of In Flint as a message from Flint to the folks in Three Rivers, Michigan. It's a message of support and we're standing with you. And this is also a message to those in power over Three Rivers, Michigan, and their water and the safety of their community. But we'll get to that. The reason I'm doing this today is back in March, I was asked to come speak to the Three Rivers, Michigan community. So I made the trek across the state to see what was going on. And since August of 2023, the city of Three Rivers has been in violation of the Safe Drinking Water Act, the lead and copper rule, for high levels of lead in the system. They violated the law. And that was August of 2023, so August 3rd. Now, that was a year and a week ago. Today is August 10th that I'm recording this. And today is also day number 3,760 in the ongoing Flint water crisis. Now, what do the two have in common besides bad water and, lead and all the unhealthy things that come with improperly treated water and old, aging, now damaged infrastructure? Delay, deny, and dismissal by those in charge. The residents of Three Rivers, Michigan have been downplayed, dismissed, ignored, and straight out lied to by those in charge. Sound familiar, Flint? Of course it does, because that's what has been happening to us. Here we have, with all the attention in the world and all the fighting and lawsuits and the wins that we've had, we still have hundreds of lead service lines in the ground here in Flint. We still have bacterial issues. Well, on Thursday, there was hydrant flushing. Wednesday, Thursday, hydrant flushing at the corner of Corona and Ballinger at the Taco Bell, which is one of the 9 sites that we have in Flint that are tested for the, cancer-causing disinfection byproducts or total triethyl-methanes. And they were flushing the hydrant. And to me, that says, hey, looks like we were going to fail another one of the quarterly tests for this, cancer-causing disinfection byproduct. It means that they're dumping in too much chlorine, and that means we probably have a bacterial problem. Well, it is warm outside, and we have crumbling infrastructure and improperly treated water and not enough chlorine. That being said, that's the life we live here in Flint after 10 years of this Flint water crisis. And now we've had a year tick by over in Three Rivers, and they're continuing to head in that direction. And I'll show you something interesting, but let's get right to it and why I'm here. This here, if you live in Three Rivers and you are a customer and you are being exposed to this water, you should be eligible for a filter. They should possibly check the law, the lead and copper rule. But we're seeing a lot of skirting around the law with Three Rivers, and apparently they're following the city of Flint's, example. And it's the state of Michigan is in charge as well. So it's the same thing. It's also very, very similar to what we had to deal with Benton Harbor. So again, history repeating itself. And not in a good way at all. And then it talks about if you have an old lead line, the city of Three Rivers still hasn't done a full inventory. There's a lot that the city of Three Rivers and the state of Michigan have done to fail the residents of Three Rivers. Now, when they announced this, there was an announcement that went out from the city as well. And this is the official statement. And it says, notice to the residents of the city of Three Rivers. And you can download this PDF from their website. And I did. And I went ahead and read through all of the information. And then I wondered, how different was this? So just, not that you're going to zoom in and everything, but it just says that they announced the first action level exceedance on August 3rd of 2023. And it said their 90th percentile was, 28 parts per billion. And so I went back to go look at the previous one that was sent out, and it's the same one. So it's frustrating when you're dealing with, things that are very small print, put on a website, aren't given, a full explanation. And how do you keep yourself safe while being downplayed, saying, well, it's children, pregnant women, immunocompromised. Don't forget seniors, pets, dogs, cats, their little bodies cannot handle this. Adults of all ages, these are all neurotoxins. We all have neurological systems, and it's a toxin to the neurological system. So downplaying it, saying, oh, we're only going to give filters out to children. They're only going to give them out to people who are on public assistance, who are on Medicaid. Knock it off. So what we're doing is we are having a meeting. I was invited by Three Rivers Clean Water Campaign and HOPE, which is the homeless outreach practiced every day, to a community meeting. And it's coming up this Tuesday, August 13th at 7 p.m. Actually, the music and everything, the excitement starts at 6. And I appreciate me being a keynote speaker. But what was interesting about the meeting that I spoke at in March, and also this meeting, and what the community is telling me, is that they're elected officials, those who are elected and paid, doesn't matter how much, but elected to protect, don't come to these meetings. So I would like to send this notice out. It is 4 days before the meeting, or 3 days before the meeting. I say 4 days, my birthday's coming up, but that aside, it's 3 days. It's plenty of time to post a meeting that there will be multiple elected officials in one place, so you can avoid any kind of Open Meeting Acts violation. But something tells me that, violating certain laws isn't really a big deal. But it might be good for certain elected officials, or all of them, to show up. So this is my invitation. Myself, Melissa Mays, Flint resident. I will be making the trek over, just in case you're wondering. I will be going between, 153 miles, 2 hours, 13 minutes if things go well, no construction, or about like last time, about 2.5 hours one way. I will be making this 2.5 hour one-way drive after I worked all day to come speak to the residents of Flint. I throw this up here because, again, I'm making the trip from Flint across to Three Rivers to come to this meeting because it's important. The people of Three Rivers are important. They're not disposable. You should not be dismissing them. I am not getting paid, not asking for anything. I'm doing this out of my pocket and out of my, because I've been through this before. I'm still going through this. And it infuriates me that anyone in this country is dealing with the delays, denials, and dismissals, and the dehumanization of innocent people, the way that we've gone through for the past decade in Flint. And the way that they're working things over in Three Rivers, it looks like they're trying to aim at a 10-year water crisis as well. So let's stop that. So again, this is a message from myself, Melissa Mays, going out to Tom Lowry, the mayor. And I'm going to put, here's this information. This is information for everybody here. And again, for those of you who live in Three Rivers, here's information. Here, this is for you. So this is, Tom Lowry, mayor, Tory Brown, at-large commissioner, Lucas Allen, at-large commissioner, Pat Dane, it looks like, first district commissioner, Steve High. And if I butcher your name, well, I've never seen you at one of these meetings, and I haven't heard that you've gone to these meetings, so I might just be wagering a guess. And hopefully your constituents don't have to wager that kind of a guess too. Second district commissioner, Chris Abel, and then we who is the third district commissioner, and then we have Carolyn McNary, who is the fourth district commissioner. But also Joseph Bippus, city manager. This list of people, all y'all are in charge of protecting this community and getting them accurate information You should live in this community or at least close by and kind of care. But it is your job. The residents and voters are your bosses. It is your job to do what's best for them, not for yourself, not for the businesses, and also lay out the fact that there's money, a lot of money, millions, billions of dollars, actually, nationally, thanks to Flint, in infrastructure dollars. There's no reason why you all have been going through the 7,000 households you have there, going through a lead crisis since August 3rd of 2023, and there's nothing done. And you're nitpicking and downplaying, and you don't even have your materials inventory, so you haven't even checked to see who all has a lead line, and you're leaving it to the residents to guess so they can get a free filter, which you should be providing immediately and should have the second you violated the law, and you stayed in violation for a whole year. Shame on you. So you should be showing up. The mayor, at least, city manager, you guys should be showing up to this meeting and listening to your constituents and listening to what they have to say and working with your community to come up with a solution and to protect the people of Three Rivers. That is your job. So this is my invitation to you. I'll be coming from Flint. You all live closer. So hopefully I'll see you there. But in the meantime, everyone in Three Rivers, please filter your drinking water, drink bottled water. I know you guys have expensive water bills too, and it shouldn't be. But you're mirroring Flint, and we in Flint feel for you, and we're going to do everything we can to help you fight back. But in the meantime, stay strong. We got your back over here, and I will see you all on Tuesday, August 13th at the First United Methodist Church on Main Street in Three Rivers. And thanks again to the Three Rivers Clean Water Campaign and Hope for having me. And hopefully we'll be able to push this further ahead. Everybody have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you.